the teen who defied his own parents and got vaccinated against their will testify in front of Congress about his decision. Ethan Lindenberger announced on YouTube that he will appear alongside health experts and openly fact-checked his parents' anti-vaccine theories.
The now 18-year-old had never had a vaccine until he went to the Ohio Department of Health in December to receive a series of standard vaccinations. This hearing comes as yet another study confirms the vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella does not increase the risk of autism, nor does it trigger autism in children who are at risk. This is a study that looked at more than 650,000 children. Ethan joins us now from Washington this morning. Ethan, you are brave. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for being here this morning.
I'm glad I get to share my story, and I get to talk to you guys. I'm really excited.
What are you going to tell Congress today?
I'm just going to share my story, talk about the importance of accurate information and the dangers of misinformation and how that applies to my life.
Walk us through what had to be a difficult decision for you, in effect challenging your parents. You know, this started with a Reddit posting. You said in that, my parents are kind of stupid, don't believe in vaccines. But I should also note, and you've said this repeatedly, that you love your parents, you question their judgment on this, not their care. Tell us how you've balanced that and how they've reacted to this.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, you have to find some footing, and so for my parents, we had communicated as this story started to progress, and I just affirmed that I would be as respectful and kind as I could with being true to the situation. And so I publicly have said that my mom is misinformed and that she's incorrect, but never have I really once gone on air or on television and said, you know, that she's dumb or stupid or she hates her family, because that's not the case.
Yeah, I know you love your parents dearly, and they love you dearly. But you really disagree on this. You've taken action. You're protecting yourself with these vaccines, but you have 4 siblings, right? You're one of 5 children. So
yeah,
have you convinced your parents for your siblings?
No. And even what you said about how I'm protecting my own health and safety, I mean, my decisions stem from that, but also the health and safety of other people.
Yeah.
And so for my siblings, of course, I mean, they not having their vaccinations are at higher risk, but other people in a similar situation, or that can't get vaccines, or that are extremely young. And so that's kind of where my decisions stemmed out of. And so far, none of that has really resonated with my mother.
This is a serious issue. It's become a national issue. Measles, which was eradicated in this country, is back. There are dozens of people, young people, who have measles again. And I know this is a difficult question for you, because anti-vaxxers are, at least in part, to blame for this. I wonder if you, and again, tough question, but I wonder, do you blame your parents in part for this coming back again, this potentially deadly disease coming back again?
So that's a great question, and I would say I wouldn't blame them specifically. I would more blame the information that's been given to them. Because when you're looking at the sources that spread this information, these lies, for lack of a really better or more accurate term, it's very clear that all the information is incorrect, skewed data. Everything is not cited. And also there's a lot of emotional appeals talking about families and children and appealing to a parent's love and almost manipulating that to convince them that vaccines are dangerous, which that's the issue I take. And I've tried to convey to my parents that I don't think that they are stupid for believing that, but that people are very convincing, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Look, Jim and I think about this. We talk about this a lot, even off the air. We both have young children, and you know, just reading this and now hearing your firsthand account is very powerful. What about the laws and the regulations? Whether it comes to social media posts with anti-vaxxers and fake news, whether it comes to actual laws that you think should be changed in, you know, nearly 20 states where parents have this choice, what do you want to see?
So in terms of legislation, it's a complicated issue because you have both the state laws regarding exemption from vaccinations for public school on personal and religious grounds, and for the social media platforms where a lot of this misinformation spreads, it's a private company that can do it at once with its platform. And so it's really up to the public to pressure and push these companies to take action. And you're seeing that already. With some companies like Pinterest, and I think some others, were also taking some actions and changes. But I don't think that there's necessarily clear answers so far that I've seen But I definitely think that that's the root of a lot of these problems.
Yeah, and still no federal law requiring
Right.
this. Listen, Ethan, thanks so much for joining the show. You're doing your country a service today. We appreciate it. Hope to stay in touch.
Good luck. Thanks, Ethan. Really fascinating. He's going before Congress in just a few minutes.